Hi friends! I wasn't gonna make a video about this because I didn't want people to think that I'm gonna try and get hype over it or anything. And I'm filming this in the middle of the night right now because I just realized that I just cannot. I'm just feeling a lot of emotions. Like, I'm not gonna cry or anything in this video, I hope. I just need to kind of let it out, and I, for some reason, feel this need to, do something. And in the light of all the people in the business sharing their, memories, I just felt like I might as well share mine too. And one of my happiest wrestling memories is somewhat connected to Brodie Lee. So I was like a late teen, and I went to a WWE live show in London. And I was a massive Wyatt family fan. Ever since they were formed, from the developmental and the beginning, their debut on the main roster, I was a mark. And Luke Harper / Brodie Lee was always my favorite out of them. I always thought that he was the best. I think it was the first time that I was gonna see the Wyatt family live, which I was pumped for. We were at the show. I was at several shows, WWE shows before that. And for example, in Russia, they did a house show. But in less developed countries, they usually do those barriers that extend further than you would see at a show in a European, more developed country or in the USA. So now in the COVID times, it's wild to even say, but you could not give your favorite wrestler a high five or anything, or even, be close enough to see them up close. And in London, we were front row, and it was super close. And when I saw their entrance and I saw them pass by, I saw them so up close, and I realized that they were so huge, so tall. Luke Harper and Rowan were so tall, and it felt surreal to actually see them in real life. I really wanted a shirt, and they had a shirt at that point. Their merch was this, I think it was some sort of acid wash or something, situation like that, in the front with the print, and there was a sheep on it. But the queues to the merch table before the show were tremendous, and after the show they would probably have been sold out of them. So I was with my dad, and my dad volunteered to go during the show and grab the shirt for me because I did not want to miss, a second of the show. I was like, thank you so much, first of all, but also grab the Wyatt family shirt, please. So several minutes pass, or even longer. I'm at this point, my dad has been missing for way too long. And he comes back and he goes I searched every single merch table and there was no Wyatt family shirt. There was just this one shirt everywhere that had a sheep on it or something. And I was like, Dad, that's the exact shirt that I wanted. He didn't even bother to ask. He just assumed that I would not want a shirt with a sheep on it, which I obviously did. So he had to go back again, bless his soul, and grab the sheep shirt for me. So that was my dad's first encounter with the Wyatt family, and I marked out. I think I wore the shirt right away after the show, and it was my favorite WWE shirt for the longest time. It's just that I feel to people who did not see Brodie Lee perform before WWE, and I'm one of those people because up until pretty recently, I only watched WWE up until 5 years ago, I think. But I did go back at a certain point when I became a fan and watched his matches before WWE. And it's a shame that people who only saw him in WWE and AEW didn't really get to see what he's capable of, because in WWE he just so happened to have this gimmick where he didn't really talk much, and in AEW as Mr. Brodie Lee, we saw so much. I said I wasn't gonna cry. We saw so much more of him on the mic and in BT and the behind the scenes stuff that wasn't actually behind the scenes, but you know what I'm talking about. We just got to see so much more of him, and it felt like it was just the beginning. It really did. And now suddenly it's all over. But what's not over is what we remember about him and what people in the business, other wrestlers, promoters, whoever remember about him. Because like, even before all that happened, he was one of the only people in the business that I've only heard good things about, like extremely good things about. I feel like he was just so universally loved by everyone. I obviously did not know him personally, but I just assume, and I feel like I'm right in assuming that he was a super, super kind soul. And just today on Twitter, I read, I think it was Cesaro, who tweeted that when he was Luke Harper in WWE, he performed in those like dirty, like wife beaters, and that those weren't actually dirty, that it was like the cleanest, nicest smelling shirt ever, but he put a lot of effort into making them be clean but look dirty. And that really even further amazed me, because like the art in any type of industry is always in the detail, and just how much thought he put into it and how much detail was in that just tells us everything you need to know about how professional and how amazing and inspired of a worker he was. So like all of my thoughts and like go towards his family and all the people he knew and loved and that loved him, which is apparently everyone. It is a horrible, horrible loss. Cherish your loved ones, your friends, your favorite wrestlers while you can, and stay safe, guys.